close can I get this? Oh, there's no way of doing this, isn't there? Right. I'm not going to see the comments on there. Dear me, guys. No mic in. Made that shit a bit louder. So might. Kids turn a monster. Please don't mind seeing my jumper sitting on there. Who we got? Evening, Freedom Dad. Nat. I knew you were first in that, Nat. So you are. Well done, mate. Kirky, Gary Belfast. Sarah, good evening. Ursula Chick. Flaming Avril. ML Campbell, good evening. Aaron Lady, hello. Space Cadet, Big Bass Boom, John Rankin, Lynn Sloan, Noel, Tender Rise, Opinion 1690. Alright, says, what about you? Alright, what about you, mate? Road Angel, how you doing? Freedom Dad, all good, guys, all good. 404, Margaret Stewart, Andrew Lindsay, Patriotic Media, good evening, good evening. Ready to be right, let me in. Oh dear, 2 seconds, guys. Just in for a few, and they said no problem. 40 pants. Foxy lad, hello bro. Silver Frogs Shankle, hi Freedom Dad, evening chat. I hate missing what updates you're giving us. I get educated a bit more. Oh, don't start me tonight. Evening Freedom Dad, I'm going to bring this down a wee bit because get a wee bit closer to these. Can I steal your cushion? Oh, that's better. Oh, that's better. And I can still get my feet up, guys. Freedom Dad gets got my feet up after the last couple of days. Evening, good evening, all. Evening. 40 pants. John Rankin, alright, bro. Davey, how you doing? Beeped at you yesterday morning. Freedom Dad thought it was you. Depends what it was. It could have been me. It could have been me. Just making a coffee, wee bit bunkers. Letting the dogs out, no problem. Love the orange shirt. That for the walk and not going to talk about boxing tonight. I'm going to, honestly, I wouldn't agree to a boxing match tonight, to be honest with you. Yeah, I'm just done in. Tired, guys. Going to wee walk to the shop there. I'm back with the dog. Took a dog out a walk and a wee run. I'm trying to debate a pro-Palestine troll on your queer uni video. LOL, I won. You're always going to win, mate. You're always going to win. You follow Freedom Dad. You're never going to lose an argument, guys. Good, don't want you to box. It's for charity. Of course, we're going to do it. We're going to have a laugh. That's what we do. That's what CJ does. That's what we do. With the boxing, will the boxing be live streamed? And is there undercard? Hopefully, yes, we will be working on that. You know, there's lots of things going on right now. King Billy Park, dangerous, Dewey. You know where it is, like next to Sandy Row, but you know there's a down there away from Queen's University. CJ was wanting you on last night. Yes, at 12 o'clock. Right, what you've got to remember, guys, right? Freedom Dad's up at the crack of dawn, okay? Freedom Dad is up at the crack of dawn. And sometimes there's that much going on in my head that I'm not getting the best of sleeps, you know what I mean? And, you know, it is a lot of pressure, a lot of things that people don't realise, even just with the videos, you know what I mean? And a lot of stuff that you're researching, you know, and especially like anything to do with terrorism doesn't do you any good. Doesn't do you any good at all, you know. What part of Hamas is Mossad? Do not let Bandit go. Do not take him off. Just in case, mate, they may think, I don't know if you are a troll or if you're not a troll. What part of Hamas is Mossad? Do you have a problem with, Freedom Dad? I don't understand, mate. I don't understand. You need to break it down a wee bit more. I don't know what you're saying there. No chat, Freedom Dad. No chat. Have you been drinking? Chat with me. You're on the drink, mate. Calm down, calm down. Hamas is Mossad, same as IRA is MI5. Well, okay, we can go down that road if you want. Listen, it's your opinion. Don't fucking shoot the messenger, man. I've never said anything about any of that. All I said that there's a connection between the IRA and the PLO, i.e. Hamas. You know what I mean? If you've got something to add to that, then fucking, I'm up for a debate, my man. You know, I might even disagree with you. No, you're coming on too aggressive, man. Relax, just relax. Right, this is a relaxing channel. It's a community that not everybody agrees with. It really is, you know what I mean? And I've had people in here that's been here from the start and have totally disagreed with me, and we fell out, you know. And I have to say they have came back and realised Freedom Dad was right, you know. But you know, I'm not always right, guys. That's the thing. And you know, everybody has. I'm not always going to be right in everybody else's eyes, and they have a different opinion than Freedom Dad, you know. And I just believe that my opinion's the right opinion. 99.9% of the time. Even in Freedom Dad, I wasn't too good for a few days. Is that a clown feet FD? Belfast. It wasn't too good. It wasn't too good for a few days. I hope you're okay, mate. I guess maybe you misspell something. Big Bass Boom saying hello. Lady J, Iron Lady saying hello. Lady J, seen you on Rebel News. Yeah. He's commenting under others, are you? I'm going to be telling CJ, guys. Our cry is no surrender. Okay, dokie, mate. John Rankin, 2023, his channel started. Hello, Space Cadet. You're saying hello, Paul McKeown. My family burnt out by Lawless, but we need to come together or we are fucked. Yes, mate, 100%. You know, it's like, I get that. There was a lot of bad shit's happened. You know what I mean? And, you know, it takes a bigger man to be able to step up and say that, just like I say with the bombs going off and the stuff that I've seen and the stuff that I know, you know what I mean? A lot of men know, you know, it takes a bigger man to be able to say, listen, there's a bigger picture and we need to move forward instead of looking backwards, you know, and it's always, I've been saying this for fucking donkeys, you know what I mean? This is nothing new to you guys. My big thing is about us looking into the past all the time, and it is good to remember. You know, I'm not saying we shouldn't look into the past to remember, but we shouldn't be looking into the past to bring up shit to use against each other, you know what I mean? And fair play to you, mate. Paul McCune, thank you, mate, for saying that. It means a lot to me. Love your stuff, Freedom Dad, called Tara Lindsay from Northern Ireland, Korean. Young Tara, Northern Ireland. Love your stuff, Freedom Dad. Tara Lindsay from Northern Ireland, Korean. Well, welcome to the channel. Thanks for coming in and leaving a comment. Evening, great work earlier, Freedom Dad. Thank you. Cheers. You're talking to. Yep, fighting for our children's future. Past. Red. Hand coming out of a womb. Oh man, you should do poetry, bro. That's out there, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. Message deleted by Wee Bit Bunkers. I already read it, Wee Bit. I thought that was great. That was a strange one, you know what I mean? Definitely need to come together, yep. Definitely, Davey. 2/3 little dirts. Mark, they were wrong to not let you in the uni, but debate-wise, you would not have come out looking good. Good possibility, but this is the problem, you know what I mean? This is not a problem, but this is what people don't understand. I'm wanting to learn. I want to understand, you know what I mean? I'm not going in there saying I know it all. I'm just asking them to talk to me. I want to get their understanding of it. You know, I want them to put my mind at rest and tell me everything's okay and our children are going to be fine in the future. That's fucking all I want from them. You know what I mean? I'm not there to talk about statistics and figures and all the intelligence stuff that they'll throw at me because it'll just go straight over my head and they'll see that and it won't do them any favours. You know, they want to talk to Freedom Dad. They got to talk to Freedom Dad the way Freedom Dad talks. You know, just be respectful. You know what I mean? If they're going to belittle me and use big words and try and make me look foolish, then they're the ones that are going to look bad in the long run. There's no two ways about it, and that's just the way I see it. I'm not there to cause trouble. I'm there to ask questions and get an understanding and then listen to what they got to say and then ask questions like what you would do. You know what I mean? I just think my community and think, well, what would my community say about that? What he's just said to me. And then I would relay a question back at him to clarify a few things, you know what I mean? And that's the way it would be, bro, you know what I mean? It's not like, I understand where you come from. These are very, very clever people. And yeah, they've been doing this for a long time. But yeah, I'm not here. I'm not pretending to be anybody I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm just a guy that's a patriot who loves his country, been brought up in the Troubles, and that's it, mate. You know what I mean? Hi, mate. I sent you a message about what was on the BBC this morning, a morning of reflection from the Islamic Centre in Belfast. Thank you. Thank you. It's Messenger, I hope, yes. So, in hindsight, the Troubles were ignorance, stop, full stop. That's what makes you a good journalist. Thank you, Anne Lady. Not sure what you're talking about there. Nobody can change the past. Let's make sure our children have a good future. Yeah, just the same as us. You know what I mean? Our lives weren't that bad, really, as children. But mental, like, you know what I mean? But if you had a good mum and dad and all that and a good family, then it wouldn't have been that bad for you. The past got us to the present to prepare for the future. Well, we're all going a bit deep in it, aren't we, boys? 5 to 8. Evening, folks. Good to see you, Freedom Dad. Good to see you, T. James. Mark, I can talk to them if you want. They actually want to help prods too, and they are working class. Yeah, man. Fuck, it's just music to my ears. 2/3. I would like to speak to them. You know, if they don't want to talk like off record or on record, you know, if they want to talk to me around with witnesses just to keep everything right, you know what I mean? I would sit down and talk to them. Of course I would, you know what I mean? If they want to tell me where I'm going wrong, you know, tell me where I'm going wrong and explain to me, you know, how it's going to be good the way they want it to go. And, you know, because I always say this is another thing they don't seem to realize. And we, you know, all my friends know this as well. There's not much difference between us and them guys. There really isn't. The same policies and all that we want and all that. There's a couple of fucking things, obviously, where they're going a bit mental with minorities and all that. And, you know, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. It's like, it's a victimhood. They're like making victims out of people and you know, where people need to toughen up a wee bit, you know what I mean? And there needs to be clear laws for people who are hateful. We all agree, you know what I mean? But it shouldn't be abused. Shouldn't be abused, for fuck's sake, you know what I mean? And, you know, we should be recognised as equal, you know, just, that's just the way it is, you know. At the minute, it's very unequal. Everything's pushing towards diversity, minorities. And, you know, there was never a problem, you know, we never, there was an issue in the 80s with the National Front and other, what you call them, far right, don't really like saying that, like, but, you know, nationalists that would, you know, maybe they weren't happy about black people being in the country, you know, but we passed that stage and we weren't really all that bothered. And there's been people coming in now for a long time and, you know, there has been people coming into our areas, but it was never like where people were suffering, you know what I mean? It wasn't like our NHS and our doctors was coping okay. There were still plenty of houses for kids who wanted to be close to their families. And yeah, there was no skullduggery. And then then the skullduggery started and deprivatisation of certain areas in the village, Sandy Row, Shankill. People started moving out because of the state of the place and more foreigners would come in. Eventually, you know, there would be more foreigners in the street and there would be locals. And it's not about racism, it's about the locals just no having a community because they're not integrating. You know, they keep themselves to themselves, they can hardly speak English, and you might get one or two that are quite nice, But, you know, the general feeling, the people that I speak to, that they look at them funny, look down at them, or they don't recognise them at all, you know what I mean? And it's very disrespectful for people in Northern Ireland to have to feel like that in their own streets where they felt community all their lives, and all of a sudden they feel like they're a minority. And, you know, that's just facts. That's just real life, what's going on in Northern Ireland right now. And it needs addressed, you know what I mean? You know, we have... you know, I'll talk about it in a wee minute. There was a load of speakers there yesterday, or what? Yeah, yesterday, prep event. Yes, I know, mate. Got the leaflet there. Do you want to see the leaflet? I've showed you this. Showed you it, like, it's back to front. But yeah, Palestine, globalize and infidada. No, this is fucking serious shit. This, guys. You know, panel, fight the real enemy. Look, it'll be me. Rethinking feminism in Ireland. Our flag stays red. For fuck's sake, you know what I mean? Your flag's fucking... There's no fucking red apart from the Union Jack, you know what I mean? I don't think that's your flag, guys. And the red handy Ulster, of course. Trans rights under attack. Join the fight back. Man up. Late capitalism and the masculine condition. Okay, this is like society changing stuff. You know, this really is... will change society as you know it. This is how dangerous these people are. You know, the far right get hammered. No, I mean, we get called the far right, and even the far right get hammered and all that, and they're not doing anywhere as much damage as what these guys are. You know, and yeah, a socialist Ireland, which has nothing to do with Ireland. Don't fucking look bad at Ireland because of these clowns. You know, and yeah. And radical book fair, you know what I mean? Radical book fair. So they admit that they're radicals, you know what I mean? They're extremists, you know what I mean? Let's put it all in a nutshell, really, like, as far as we're concerned. But I always look at it like the opposite, you know? If this was us, if this was us getting on the cat, we would have all sorts of hassle coming towards us, so we would, you know? And there's not a police officer or any surveillance or any cameras, you know. And these are the guys that are blocking off the West Link. You know what I mean? This is what these guys are up to, you know what I mean? You've seen the footage of the girl that was arrested for wearing the Palestinian thingy with she had the leather jacket with the Palestinian flag painted on the back. So, you know, that's who these guys are. They're professors, they're lecturers, they're Republicans, they're dissidents, they're IRSP, INLA, what do you want to call them, and ex-IRA men and women, and just really, really bad eggs. Has been here for a long time, and they're not ready just to stop the fight just yet. And this is the bandwagon they're on, guys. You know what I mean? So yeah, we need to pay close attention. They will masquerade as other people. They will masquerade as like, I don't know, mellow socialists, you know, if you can say that. But yeah, they come in a guise. This is the thing. They come in a guise, and they target your empathy, and you know what I mean. There's a face there that you've got to see past. You know what I mean. And I mean this. You know, I've been dealing with these kind of guys for a long time, and they're very dark. There's a darkness about them. There's no witness. You got to understand and remember this. You know, one of the key things they take from that video, where I was refused entry, they said they had a total non-filming policy. Now, think about that for a minute. Now, he wasn't talking to me. He's talking in general. In their events, they're not allowed, nobody's allowed to film them. Okay? Now, you got to understand that. You got to understand how dark and devious that is. Now, if you're doing something positive and productive, you want to get it out to as many people as you want. When we are speaking, and I'm speaking, or anybody else is speaking, I want as many people to film it. If I'm going to stand there and take my time to address somebody, or address a crowd, you know, you expect it to be filmed and passed about. You know, that's just me, you know, because I speak truths. I speak what my experience, and you know, I'm doing the best I can for my country and my daughter and for your kids and everybody else's kids, and whatever, all the men and everything, all our traditions and cultures. And you know, and I'm really confident, you know, I'm really, really confident. There's no hidden agenda, there's no darkness, there's no badness. I truly believe I'm the nicest guy you'll ever meet. And like I say, I've never done a bad thing to a good person in my life. So, you know, I stand by that. I stand by that. And, you know, you've got to look at this for what it is. They're not like us. Everything's hush hush, quiet quiet, no filming, say nothing. You know, we haven't got a clue. You know, we've really got to try and get our cameras in to film their speakers at demos and everything. You know, they will not film their speakers. They will not film nothing. You know. Right, let me just get through these guys because I don't like missing your messages. Truth hurts a little. Mark, see what I mean, for fuck's sake. But can I ask you something serious? Sorry, mate. I'm talking. I'm having a chat. I'm getting stuff off my chest, mate. Sounds posh to me. Would rather have a coffee, Cecil. It says Freedom Dad 73, unlike England, didn't address the issues when they should have. Yeah, definitely. Done a DNA test. My Irish, my IRB, my grandfather, my grandfather for his race work, town called township. That's a lot, mate. But for bloody man, I've got a family Bible that goes back to 100 years. So I got my granddad, my great granddad, my great great granddad, and all the kids. You know what I mean? Quite a lot of kids in the 1800s. You know what I mean? Not a lot of them made it. I think it was about 12 kids, and I think about 4 or 5 of them died before they were even. One of them was an infant. One was at 1, 3. You know, didn't was bad times. You know, back then. But yeah, it is good to know your hingy, where you come from. They're openly calling themselves, I think, radicals. How are we troll being? Ulster man. Try and slow down on the comments, guys. I'm trying to go through them slowly, so if you stop putting them up, that'll give me a wee second. Ganging up on Per Bean. Nobody's ganging up on you, mate. You bring everything to yourself. Come on, you know what you're doing. You can't play the victim in this channel. Come on now. We really will think you're left wing if you start behaving like that. You know, we know why they didn't call the cops. They had something to hide. You fucking better believe it. Their flag is bloodstained. Correct, Andrew. It's clearly a cult. Ulsterman, correct. If all the paramilitaries are on the right, which right? No, Bean, we love our wee trolls in here. Yep, we do indeed. It is filmed, for fuck's sake. Okay, well, where was it filmed? They told us that there was strictly no filming, and that's what they said. That's what they said. So unless I see evidence of it, it must be online. It must be online. Send me the link, mate. Send me the link. Freedom Data Chat. Keep up the awesome work. Thank you, Tim Smith. Be safe. Have a great night. Respect. Thank you, mate. They did film it. Hold on. You can get easy do. Cheers, wee bit bungers. I've missed that there. They filmed for themselves, mate. Right, okay, I understand that. That's like the paramilitaries filming something like back in the day and passing it around the paramilitaries, you know what I mean? You can't really say that, you know? We film things to get it out to everybody, you know, so everybody has an opinion. My videos go out. All these videos are open to anybody from any walk of life, any culture, any religion. And they can come on here and have a chat with me. And like you say, like, this is where it is with me, right? And Islam and Muslims, you know. I have Muslim friends who could never come online or could never I never could tell them who they are, who totally agree with what I'm saying and are horrified at what's going on. There is good Muslims out there, but the problem is there's so many in now that there's a situation where they're segregated in the big sections in cities and towns, and if extremism arises in a paramilitary form like Northern Ireland, the moderate Muslims are beat. They're going to follow suit. They're going to follow Islam. They're going to follow the Quran. If they've got a man going, this is the work teachings of Muhammad, and this is in the Quran. If you're not a good Muslim, or if you aren't, then who's not going to follow them? It's like the paramilitary's going, right, we are the paramilitaries, and loyalist paramilitaries, and we are Protestants, and if you don't follow us, you're not good prods. Because let's be honest, same with the Republicans. That's the way we were. The IRA would go on to the Catholic side of things, and good Catholics will be good Republicans and loyal to the cause and all the rest of it. And it's just the way it is, you know what I mean? Anybody that fucking says any different, you're nuts, you know what I mean? So that's the situation we've got. There's no two ways about it. And the best about it is, we really didn't use our churches like that. Our churches were maybe, you know what I mean, where Christianity grew and Protestants, Protestants and Catholics and Roman Catholics and chapels, that difference. And yeah, Christianity grew and all that, but it's not as thingy as the mosques, you know what I mean? And I'm going to bring a video. One of the amazing guys in Portadown, one of the Portadown reaction teams, and we're Portadown sort of, it came up after the EBFD, same thing, patrolling the streets and all that. They sent me an absolutely amazing clip today from Channel 4 from 15 years ago. So I've been looking at it, I've watched it, and I'm trying to get at these, you know what I mean? Chat, keep up the awesome work, thank you. They did film it, you moron, just go have a look. It's just not random people that can go around filming. And so just go and have a look. I will have a look. I will have a look. But don't call me a moron, man. Just correct me. You don't need to call me names. I suppose you can get away with it because I do call you names. They did film it, you out of cock. Right, don't be deleting that guy, guys. 2/3 little darts. Emerald, you can get it easy. They do. I'm quite sure my guys will find it, okay? Anybody in the south, anybody that lives in West Belfast, if you can have a wee look for it. And I'll leave it to my community to find it for me. You need to send somebody in there undercover a bit purple hair. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. It helps the algorithm subscribe. Bean, do one. Bean's alright, guys. They were no strangers to each other. They were all calling each other by first names. 100%. Well, we know that. You know what I mean? Right to be right. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the video. Hey, right to be right. It's unfamiliar. Faces goes into there. They probably order you out. They film it for themselves. Right up, I got all that. How does she know that if it was filmed? They are bloody lying. 2/3. We'll find it. I promise you, if it's filmed, we'll find it, won't we? Let's find their version of it. The idiot who drew the funny picture and put it against the window was wearing the Wexford colours. Yeah, we were looking at that today. There's been quite a lot of work put into this, believe it or not, by lots of people. So there was somebody said who it was, and it was actually a speaker that was there, but we don't think it's him. They look very similar, but we don't think it's him. And yeah, somebody was trying to work out the football top. So thank you for that, mate. So it's a Rexford. They're okay, there you go, guys. There you go. No, near Cork. Of course, you don't have anything against people who are educated in Queens. It's the Palestine-Israel thing. They will say spreads division. Yeah, no, mate. I've got a problem with the education system and who your lecturers are. The things that are going on. I'm going to be covering the Black Month that they're about to have. I'm sure it's called the Black Month or something like that. And some of the issues that they're going to be bringing up in that month. And I'm going to be addressing them. Compared to the reality on the streets and the reality of racism and the reality of what would we call it? What is it the word they're talking about in this thing? There's a word. I'm not good with these big words. but it's sort of something to do with racism, you know what I mean? And so I'm interested to find out what's going on in Northern Ireland that I'm not seeing, that seems so important to be studied and brought to Queen's University. Very intrigued. And we're going to be very more intrigued as we go forward. And we are going to start looking at the lectures and seeing what's being done, because we can see what's happening in England with the universities. We know it's been infiltrated by the far left, mate. You cannot get away with that. The people in Ireland are telling us, the good people of Ireland are telling us, there's politicians up there telling us, there's people over there telling us, you know what I mean? So we're going to have to look at our own colleges to find out what's going on before it gets out of hand, because this is what they never done 15 years ago in England. And I'm going to bring you a video, I will do it. It's a Channel 4 Dispatches video of 15 years ago about how Islam were going to infiltrate politics. 15 years ago, the English people were warned by dispatches. Channel fucking 4. You know, it's fucking out there, like, how things have changed, you know. So that's something we need to look at. You know, we need to look at what's changed. What changed in the media? When did the media change? Did it all happen at once? You know what I mean? And we need to look at our universities. We need to understand why there's somebody that holds dual citizenship to Pakistan, I believe, who's head of education in Westminster. We need to look at things like that. We need to look at the effects that has on Northern Ireland. You know, obviously smarter people than me can do that. But yeah, we definitely need to look at what kind of education and study our teenagers and young adults are getting in these colleges as they do doctorates and degrees and stuff like that, and masters. We need to find out exactly what's being pumped into their minds, you know. And that's important, I think, because like I say, guys, I'm just reading this out. These kids are our future. These kids going through college are going to be running off the future of our children, our babies. For the young adults in here, for the 30s and the 40s, or maybe still got kids that are quite small and young, these guys that are going through Queen's University right now are going to be in jobs of high position in Northern Ireland. You know, some of them could be going into politics. We need to look and see who's passing the law degree. We need to pay attention. There's nothing wrong with paying an interest of your local college and the type of people that are passing and getting degrees and masters, and what people are actually, what Belfast men, Northern Ireland men and women are prevailing forward and highly and going up high and receiving fucking doing good things. There's nothing wrong with that, you know. And whether there's alternative motives and that, no, I don't care what anybody thinks. You know what I mean? I know what I'm doing, and I know what we need to do. I mean, I know what we need to pay attention to. And like I say, the whole Freedom Dad, the whole Botanic area in South Belfast is like living in Luton or Leeds or Birmingham. I've just hit the like, guys. You're welcome. Thank you, Bean. Window Man, cheers, big boost boom. Samantha Mustard McDowell, how you doing? I see any names I haven't said it out yet. I don't agree with Black Month either. I know it's just what it is. I don't think many people. It's not about agreeing or disagreeing. It's just a bit nuts in it, man. But yeah. But my lecture was no snowflake. My class mostly Asian, but no racism on campus. I know. There's fucking. We aren't racist. We've never been racist. The only people are shouting about racism is the papers. You know. Yes, there's a lot of people awakening right now in the middle of all that and maybe not understanding it. Okay, yes. And yes, there is people with mental health out there as well, you know what I mean? And we've got to understand the nitty-gritty of all this, you know what I mean? But in general, the population of Northern Ireland, both loyalist, Protestant, unionist communities and the fucking West Belfast and all these other Catholic areas, we're not racist. We're not racist. There's no. I've done videos about it. There's no such thing as racist. The racist keeps them in money. The racist keeps them going. Like using the word racist as a label. You know what I mean? People that say they hate black people, they're just hateful people. They just hate everybody in life. They hate fat people. They hate skinny people. You know, they hate fucking anybody that isn't exactly like them, and they're just hateful people. You know, there's no man or woman in this world can say that they hate somebody just because of the color of their skin. It's impossible. You know what I mean? It's just impossible, you know, because at the end of the day, They're all fucking human beings, and it was not until they're in front of your face, you know what I mean? It's like I say, I've been around, I was in jail with black guys, and don't get me wrong, yes, there was a lot of racist black guys. I know I said there's no racist doesn't thingy, but these guys just didn't like white guys. This is back in 1990s. They had a lot of slurs and racial slurs for what they call racial slurs. But again, these guys were just really bad people, just nasty, nasty men, you know what I mean? And, at the same time, I met some amazing black guys, amazing Rastas, Rastafarians are the most amazing guys you will ever meet. And, and it just doesn't make any sense, you know what I mean? Nothing makes any sense to me. It is a label, guys, and you've got to get into your head that anybody that says that they hate blacks, they hate fucking quite a lot of things, you know what I mean? Or they just don't understand the psychology of it. They've never been and met black people or hung around black people. You know what I mean? Fuck's sake, I've got friends that came from Africa who came here years ago and they've now got Cockney accents that are black immigrants, you know what I mean? And they're just like me and you. They play football, they drink in the pubs, you know what I mean? They've integrated, mixed with society, having children, amazing, absolutely amazing, you know what I mean? So yeah, I think until people actually meet people, people who really might think they're racist because of all the bullshit you're getting from the media, take it from Freedom Dad. There's no such thing as none of us can hate somebody just because the color of their skin. That's fucking mental. Even if you think if you think anybody's capable of that, then you're not thinking of it clearly enough. And this is what Queen's University, this particular month thing, and this is what they're pushing, and they'll get funding for it. You see, they make money if they give this impression that everyone's racist and the minorities are under attack, and oh my God, the pure foreigners and the coloured people or whatever you want to call them, the Asians and all the rest of it, they're going to get money from the government to fight racism, end racism. It's fuck all to do with racism. It's nothing to do with the colour of skin. We just don't have enough room for all these foreigners. We don't want our cities replaced. Nobody does. What local man from any part of the world, in any country in the world, would turn around and say, yeah, okay, we'll move out and let these guys from fucking 2,000 miles away move in? What country in the world are going to accept that or be okay with that? That's not racism. Fuck me, man. We just don't want to be replaced. You know what I mean? We don't want to be fucking given everything we've got out to foreigners while our own guys are down on the streets of Belfast. Our own homeless guys are down on the streets of Belfast. Our own homeless guys can't get shelter. I'm walking down the Botanic going towards Queen University and there's a girl sitting, and I'm not really into filming homeless, but this would have broke your heart, guys. And she was a pretty lass. She was a pretty girl, and the streets hadn't weathered her. She wasn't that bad, but you could see she was going that way, and no help. She's getting a wee bit of help here and there, but I said there, how does it make you feel? And whenever you see these men in hotels getting the dinners that they're getting and all the money and all the help, how does that make you feel? And she says it's fucking heartbreaking, and it really is heartbreaking. It's really happening, and you just got to walk about the streets of Belfast and talk to these people. We speak to them all the time. We always talk and speak to them because we get so much information from them. We get an awful lot of information from the homeless people, and we are quite, we are generous to our homeless people, and we will always be like that, Whereas the lefties will walk by, unless it's a refugee or a foreigner, and that's the way they are. That's the way they are, because there's nothing about it's all in the guise. Everything's in the guise of this, that, and the other. But there's an alternative motive that they're hiding. All right, let me quickly run through these guys. Philly SP8. All I'm saying is watch yourself. Yes, mate, 100%. I do watch myself. I am very, very careful, and I do take fucking measures. You know what I mean? And it's simple as that, mate. And life is life. If it's your time, it's your time. My voice will only be louder when I'm gone, and they know that, so they're not stupid. Right to be right. Need to go back on a school day and look again. Sounds a bit dodgy, John Rankin. Sorry, guys. Thanks, Kirsty. Good night, Mark. Take it easy. I've been infiltrating a lot longer than that. Try from the 8. Born. Take it easy. They've been infiltrating. Oh, yeah, 100%, mate. Oh, yeah. I know that, mate. Andrea, I know. You must He must have made it private. What's the space, John? I don't know when it's going to stop, mate. I hit everyone. Don't. Oh dear. Two about South Belfast. Anybody remember Jupiter Bottom, Donegal Road, kebab shop was beside the taxi depot down by KFC in Salisbury Square. My mom worked for them. They were Islamists. Yeah, many a night in that wee depot, that wee taxi depot. So we had many a night heading down to the band hall. Aye. Right. Was CJ on one last night? He didn't upload his live LOL. I'm not sure, mate. He was up in court, you know what I mean? And he's been dealing with that, man. That's been a nightmare for him. I feel for him, you know what I mean? Because, you know, he's representing himself. And, mate, guys, listen, it's an injustice, you know what I mean? I know about it. And, you know, it's getting a bit tiring, so it is. It's telling you all the stuff that's going on with Glenn and Pinky and the guy from Sandy Road done the 20. And there's other guys that I haven't spoken about yet that aren't ready for to come forward. But there's a lot going on. And you just, you know, it's ridiculous, you know what I mean? CJ's case, it's an injustice, you know, and I'm going to leave it to him to do it his way, to bring forward exactly what happened, you know what I mean? But it's difficult when you're up against the police, you know, and you've got to understand they've arrested him many times, and you know, this is CJ. This is why CJ does this. This is what CJ does. There's always a reason behind the creation of a man, right? No matter what direction he goes in, no matter what he does, there will be a good reason why he's doing that one particular thing. You know what I mean? There's no two ways about it. And, you know, this is Northern Ireland, and there's been a lot of trouble. There's been, the streets were wild, you know. The police didn't drive about in police cars unless they were proper bulletproof. And you didn't get very many police cars in the streets. It was always Land Rovers. See, like the Land Rover with the camera, they were the common vehicles in Northern Ireland for the police and the army. You never ever got them in cars, you know. Like I say, they did have Granadas and stuff like that were bomb-proof. Bottom of them were bomb-proof, big, thick, bulletproof windows, you know. I think they had Cortinas and Granadas and Escorts. It was all because we used to always know their cars with the square lights. You know, the police cars, that was always the square light, you know. So obviously we would put the street lights out. If there was trouble, the street lights would all be put out, so everything was dark. So it made it difficult for them. And that's how we would know what vehicles were coming, by the lights. We could also tell the Land Rovers because the lights were further off the ground. And there wasn't many people had Land Rovers back in the day, so it was all pretty easy for us as young'uns when we were doing stuff in the streets, you know. And yes, a lot of arrests for a lot of different things. And yeah, so you know, CJ's will always be a good friend of mine, and I fully support him. I admire him going into the court and representing himself. I know the tricks that they did by changing judges and stuff, like, you know what I mean. And I also know that there was perjury committed in that court as well by people who were working for the Crown. So listen, it's down to CJ. What chance do you think we've got, guys? Surely, you know. And the way CJ's saying it right now, and this is the truth, the lawyers are making too much money. They're letting these things roll on and roll on and roll on and roll on because they're making money from it. Instead of just dealing with it and saying, right, let's fucking stop the nonsense. You've got no fucking evidence. You're dragging this out. My client's on bail for fuck all here. Right, I can either produce some fucking proper evidence right now. Let me see what yous have got right now. And then, you know, because they can't just fucking bail you on a charge and sit there for ages and just say, oh, we've got this, but we're not going to show you it. You know, this is what they're doing. And the lawyers are allowing it to go on. Glenn Kane, in our case, it's just going to go on and on and on. Hopefully it's dealt with in December here. You know what I mean? But 22 months for the guy in Sandy Row. You know what I mean? And just like, it just goes on and on and on, just to get found not guilty. You know? Pinky's case, just to get the charges thrown out. Glenn, you know, I don't know what they're going to go with Glenn. Like, it's going to be an embarrassment in court for a trial, to bring these things to a trial. It'll be a political trial, without a doubt. You know, it will be a direct attack on the Protestant Unionist laws of community. And it's just one thing after another right now. So, yeah, we will be looking at Glen Kane's trial very closely and telling you exactly what's going on and why it's happening, you know. And, you know, I also want to make this clear as well before we go any further that CJ has got nothing to do with the immigration movement, whatever the immigration movement may be. You know, if it's for going to demos, CJ goes to record both sides of the demos. Okay, they give him dogs abuse, we don't. That's the only difference. Just because we don't give him dogs abuse and we're friendly towards him, it doesn't mean he's one of us or he has our politics or anything like that. We've made this clear. Me and CJ talked about it. He's talked about it. You know, it's never been a secret. You know, he doesn't care. He doesn't. He's not. He's CJ is an auditor. He auditors everything. He audits the police, and if there's a demo, he's gonna look at that from both sides. It's not his fault that they give him dogs abuse, you know, and we don't. Like I say, it's the same with these guys in the university. They can come to our stuff. We're not going to give them a hard time. They want to stand there and not like fucking give any slobber and just listen to the speakers. They're more than welcome. They're more than welcome, you know. But you know, just because you come to a demo and you're listening or you're recording, like quite a other YouTubers and TikTokers, doesn't mean you're part of the actual immigration movement. You know, the guys that are all involved in it, everybody that goes there every week, you know, all the different groups around Northern Ireland. So yeah, it's pretty shit the way everything is working out, and that's their way of getting back at them. You know what I mean? They've been waiting for this for a long time. And it's just bullshit, guys. Absolute bullshit. And I do feel for him, you know. We had a bit of a laugh that day, you know what I mean? But whenever you really stop to think about it and what's truly what the motives are of these guys, and yeah, it's pretty shit, you know what I mean? So give them plenty of support, guys. Give them plenty of support. And remember, you know, there's a reason why CJ does the police. There's a reason. You're not going to get somebody that's squeaky clean, that's never been involved with the law, running about doing what he does. He brings you content that nobody else brings you in Northern Ireland. Please believe me. You know what I mean? So never forget that, you know. And he's not a bad guy. Just because he's got a criminal record, he's not a bad guy. And you can take that from Freedom Dad. I've rights for him, 110%. So, yeah, the old chippy down the pass could use their pasties and riots. All right, Wade, good to see you, mate. Fuck, did I drink my coffee? Did I? Oh, fuck. Okay, now you got somebody making tea. I'm drinking cold coffee. Good to see you, Wade. Good evening, Eva. 171 in, 87 hit the like. I don't know what difference it makes, but hit the like button, guys. And I just want to say as well that CJ won't be on tonight because of security reasons, and I'm going to say no more about that until he's able to tell you what's actually going on. But he's brand new. He's like had a right wee laugh with him a day. CJ hasn't changed one bit. He's just like fucking bastards, you know what I mean? And obviously disappointed and angry that the truth never is told, you know what I mean? It's just everything's made. They always just make it out to be a lot of madness, you know what I mean? So obviously he's got footage there that he's going to bring to show you his side of the story and stuff like that. And yeah, like I say, CJ, he's doesn't care. What if it ducks back? It really is like, he really does not give a fuck about nothing. That's the truth. Like he really doesn't. Two Mark and CJ got invited to one. Palestinians told to welcome them, and they got abused. I was there. 2-1, the Palestinians told to welcome them, and they got abused. I was there 2 Thursdays. You were there when I got spat in the face. Was that the time when the guy was saying about me and CJ and saying that we welcome and they were happy us being there, and then the guy spat in my face? Is that the one you're talking about? You know, because that's what it sounds like. Yeah. Yeah, no, they just, it's a combination of listening to the papers. I swear to God, guys, I swear to God, they don't watch my videos. They've only just, I'm just popped up, right? And they see me at the demos, and they see the abuse I get, you know what I mean? And they don't really pay attention. They just think the papers are calling me far right and racist and all the rest of it. And, you know, been in prison and like everything else that goes along with it, all the, I don't know, just what they see on my videos, and you know they don't stop to think about it. They don't actually stop to think that there's a human being there and he's entitled to his own views, and maybe we can put him right. Maybe he's just needing educated. You know what I mean? But no, I don't even get that. I just get fucking slobbered at and shouted at and spat at and fucking my hat flicked off and all the rest of it. So yeah, mental. I'm a product of mixed marriage. My mum's greatest fear was my brothers caught ratting on TV in case it was seen in Monkstown. For fuck's sake. Bean, Waza, are you a gym goer, Wade? Oh dear. Or a Bean. They should have sent someone out to speak to you reasonably. Says in the video you broke the law, taping them, taking inside the building through the door. Yeah, I know. Yeah, they will say all that. How's it going? Big bass. Hope you're good. Eddie's on the Donegal Pass. Yeah, remember Eddie's brilliant for chips in the newspaper many moons ago. Bobby Granton's was mine, guys. Always remember the smell of it. Haha. Do you remember? Oh fuck. The Monarch. Do you remember the Monarch? Anybody at the bottom of Donegal Road? I lived right facing it. You know what I mean? Just down a wee tiny bit. Well, Freedom Dad, you all good from West Belfast? Yeah, Jerry, all good, mate. This Sunday chilling out, mate. A lot of stuff, doing a lot of research. But your neck of the woods, to be honest with you, mate. Not your neck of the woods, but obviously the Falls and some of the Catholic side of things. You know, I don't know how else to say it. You know what I mean? It's more the INLA, IRSPA, the IRSP/INLA. You know what I mean? Just looking in the stuff that they're doing right now and what they're up to. Just what's going on in some of these areas, mainly the Falls area, and I can't remember the name of the other bit. Where they're spraying on the houses up for rent to bring the prices down, you know what I mean? So, yeah, we like to keep, obviously I want to keep an eye on all that kind of stuff because, you know, it's important. It's important we understand the mentality of these guys, and I don't reach out to them because none of them will speak to me. I know them. We know all that. We know fucking every one of them, you know. And we just know they would never talk. They would never talk to us. Oh, thank you so much. They are hardcore, like hardline. You know what I mean? There's no two ways about it. So yeah, they're the minority of hardliners that are left. Right. I'm going to get you a big pump of coffee with a tube. Bad crack. Yes, bad crack. I'm going to, okay, Bean, just call up Wazza, mate. I've had a few problems, as you can imagine. Okay. Ironically, they called him a nonce. Then he went to a nonce eviction. I don't know who you're talking about. Tooth little lips. Do you think people that wear bed sheets daily have an unfair advantage when it comes to Halloween collecting? Hi. Do you think people who daily have an unfair advantage? I'm not gonna even smile at that. We'll try not to smile. Hi, Freedom Dad. You get CJ those wings. Oh, Reaper, yes, he's fucking, as you know, he's up in court, he's in the paper and stuff like that, and he's dealing with something right now. So yeah, they're in the freezer, mate. They're in the freezer. He's up at Larne, so I don't want to be taking him out anywhere in case we don't meet up or something goes wrong. So he'll probably come up here. He'll probably pop up here, so he will, and I'll maybe even do a wee live here, and I'll film them eating them witness, so you know he hasn't swapped them over in the box. You know what I mean? But yeah, they're here, mate, in the freezer. Footage of the crummy thing in Queen's Uni, Freedom Dad 73. No, they're saying they've got it. They've got it. They recorded it. They said. So I'm wanting to see it, and we're gonna look for it. So we are gonna look for this footage, guys. Billy Blogs. What's this space, my man? What's this space? Lived in Mulk Street, Lower Workview Street. We moved about the village when I was born. My ma and dad lived in Calderary at the Billy's place. Were done when I was born. How do you know all this, 2/3? Right to be right. I think he's like sort of, what do I say, one of them. you know, at the college or something at Queen's, I think, and you know. Don't like saying one of them, you know what I mean? Because like I say, there's not much difference between us, really. Like, Israel's been killed in Gaza ceasefire. The ceasefire was never going to happen. So they only let them Palestinians out so they can kill them, guys. What, did you get a chance to look at the video I sent you of Enoch Burke being assaulted? Yes, mate, I did indeed. I did indeed. What did I do? Andrew, don't forget RSE. Andrew, please. I love you to bits, man. You know what I mean? But you've got to remember that I'm dealing with so much, and I get so much stuff, and you know, like I say, it's really too much. Like I do, I'm trying to do so much right now, and I haven't forgot about you. I am still reaching out to somebody to get another interview. It doesn't happen, bump, bump, bump. You know what I mean? I can't like just do what you want, because I know it means a lot to you, and you want me to keep doing this and keep pushing it out, but I can't. I can't keep doing it, man. All I can do is I'm gonna come down, show you how to use Facebook and YouTube and stuff, and show you how to upload stuff so you can do posts and stuff yourself and build your platform, and that's the best I can do for you. But I haven't forgot about you, and we will still be addressing it. But everything's got to be prioritized, and the best I could do right now was get you on the platform and let you have your say. And you know, I haven't forgotten it. You know what I mean? I have not forgot. It's but geez, oh mate, you send some amount of stuff. But I know you're passionate. I know that, mate. I know, but you honestly. And I will try and get somebody else involved as well to have a wee look at the stuff that you're sending, because quite a lot of it is quite interesting. Yep, seen that one. Really, right. I asked him that, he ignored. Seago, no problem, mate. All good. Was just chilling tonight. Thank you, Seago, mate. Thank you. Oh, I've had so many videos I wanted to bring today, like, you know what I mean? And I didn't want to, I wanted to let the one that was running I'll put up the day run. Because I'm not too sure how it works. You know, I'm not really one of them ones. There's a lot of like guys they'll only put a video up every 2 days or every 3 days, so that video gets as many views. And you know, I don't do that. As you know, I can put up 2, 3 videos a day, and I don't know if it makes a difference. It is a lot of footage sometimes for people to deal with, but there's a lot of stuff going on. I've got a lot to say, and I've got a lot of different ways of saying it. I know who some of them are. Now, definitely not one. I graduated 8 years ago, been to your demos, and know most of both of them, of both sides. Yeah, well, why don't me and you get a chat to start with? You know, like a proper chat, go for a coffee, explain a few things to me, you know, me. So, do you want to work for the right? Come on, mate. Come and tell us their secrets. I'll buy you a coffee. No, but we could get a chat. You know, I mean, we could get a chat. Obviously, you can put me right in a few things. I went to that uni. That's how I know. Yes, me, as I was saying. Oh, yeah, we're all on the same page, like, you know what I mean? Oh, back somewhere. Yeah, you're right, wee bit bunkers. It was terrible how he was treated. Two-thirds there, that's students, in my opinion, fascists for not letting him in. One of the elected lads are educated and some are political. Other students can't see why the Palestinian supporters are there, to be honest. Some hardline Palestinian supporters are there, guys. You know, this is the thing. Fair play to Enoch. Yeah, he's a very brave man. Thank you, wee bit bungers. The Burke family are respected by all the good people of Ireland, north and south. Who said they had a coffee machine at home? What the fuck is wrong with parents of that school? You graduated 8 years ago. 16 offshore doctors for 16. So don't start Andy off, for fuck's sake. One year in jail as well. That's right, big bass boom. Mark, they are out to defend all human rights, thinking on the lines. Government want the ones at the bottom to turn against each other. Yeah, they're out to defend all human rights. I understand that, like, but you know, I'm out to defend everybody's human rights as well. But it's not at the cost of our own human rights. Let's be honest, mate. You know, it's like school. It's like having this class full of 30 children, and you've got one teacher teaching the exact same thing to 30 children who are all totally different. You know, that's a recipe for disaster. There's going to be kids that will excel, and there's going to be kids that will not do very well because they never got the teaching that they truly needed, that little bit extra time taken, you know what I mean? And this is the problem when we talk about human rights, you know what I mean? Whose human rights get taken away to enhance the human rights of others. And, you know, when I say enhance, you know, I'm talking about people who are coming in this country whose parents or grandparents have never put anything into it. You know, they could go to any country in the world. There's a lot more countries, a lot more well off than us, and there's no reason for it. You know, we could be paying the people that don't want to do the jobs we want to do more money so they would do the jobs. We could pay our doctors and nurses and engineers more money so they wouldn't go to Australia, America, and Canada, and other places like Saudi Arabia and Qatar. So, you know, when we're talking about human rights, you know, it's like I say, this is what they do. This is exactly what I'm talking about. The empathy. They use the empathy. Malicious algorithms. It's what they do. They've been doing it for a long time, and we've got to get wise to it. We've got to get wise to it. You know, we've got to stop just accepting things and saying, "Okay, you're right." You know, poor them. You know, we've got to really start questioning it. You know, it's like bringing kids from Gaza to go and get the treatment in our hospitals in the place in front of our own children. Okay, now that's the bottom line. Yet that's the waiting list that we have in this country for people waiting for operations, not just children but adults, is in the thousands. Okay, in the thousands. So why are we bringing anybody from anywhere into our country to take the place of our own who are already waiting for treatment when we've got so many countries around the world? And this is where you go wrong with the human rights and the empathy of it all. This is where we've been weak in the past, and we're not going to be weak any longer. And this is why they won't debate me, because I'm the most logical thinker that you can meet. I don't confuse myself with bullshit and big words. I try to keep the big words out, but sometimes to get a point across, you have to know some big words. But like I say, you know, I'm not intelligent. I haven't got a degrees and scholars and all the rest that these people have, and up against people who are studying politics and policies and sociologies and all the rest of it. At the end of the day, I know enough to get by, but I'm confident I'm right. You know, I'm confident that they're wrong. Why? What are they hiding that you're not welcome, Freedom Dad? Yes. A court case regarding the president's election in South tomorrow. You know, they could just be afraid Freedom Dad was going to disrupt it. Yeah, that's a good point as well, mate, about human rights. Why was Orangeism? You know, let me read it out to you. Oh. Where are we? Out of order Orangeism in 2025. Out of order Orangeism in 2025. Yeah. So yeah, they're targeting quite a lot of things that, you know, I was an Orange man. I joined the juniors when I was a really small boy. I think it was even before I was 8 years old. Or maybe it was just before my mum died or just after my mum died. I can't remember. And yeah, I used to hold the wee tassels for the big banner that you would see in between each lodge. I was one of them kids that danced about, swinging it with the tassels, went to meetings every week. Part of making me the man I am today, you know what I mean? And that's what they're doing in secret in Queen's University, you know? And I just want to know what the fuck's going on. Why, why have these secret meetings with these people, these type of people? You got to understand these type of people that were, these are Palestinians, these are people who support Hamas, these are dissidents, these are men and women who have been part of the struggle in the Republican movement for a long time, you know, and they're at these demos, and I've filmed them, and we can put names to them, but we wouldn't do that. We wouldn't go, that's such and such, he was in the IRA, that's such and such, he's still in this, that's such and such, that's a brother of him who's active in this. We don't do that. Never going to do that, but everybody else can see who they are, you know. And that's the problem, guys. That's the problem. And they're connected to Queen's University. They fucking hate their own family, but they don't mind infiltrating our Queen's University. Kind of ironic, isn't it? But yeah, it is what it is. I'm gonna have a smoke, guys. So let me just quickly go through anything in case I missed anything there. I'm going to go back to the my son is in the UK, has had 3 appointments cancelled in the past year. They bring them in to jump ahead. Yes, mate. Yes. You know, and it's some people just don't like it, you know what I mean? As you know, they are all lawyers and human rights and will never tarnish the legacy they want to leave. Yeah, well, I'm going to tarnish their legacy that they want to leave. That's what I am going to do. I'm going to expose them to the damage that they're truly doing to the country that has provided them with the education to give them the power to do anything, and they choose to go against the people of the country, you know, and that's fact. That's what Stormer's done. That's what they're all doing. All these fucking human rights courts where they're stopping these dangerous men being deported for the most ridiculous reasons. Come on, guys. You know, we know who these guys are. We know what they're going to be. We know what their plans are. You know, so we're going to stop it. We're going to change it. We're going to change things. You should wear a disguise to get in. No, as you see, this is the thing. Come on, we can put anybody. You can see all the wee cameras that people jump about off. You can get them on Team. You know what I mean, guys? We've got loads of people around us. You know, come on. You know, I think we're well ahead of that game. We've known about this for the last week. You know. Demo, you're actually wrong there. I'll get back to you. They didn't talk about Fabians and Freemasonry. Yeah, not directly. Cheers, John Connor. Wasp, don't get angry, get even. Same Freedom Dad has a kid. I was in the junior lodge. I can play flute, drums, LOL. Yeah, I played the flute. I haven't played it in a long time. And yeah, I played the drum. The girl who said she wasn't intimidated as a politician would have made you look stupid in a debate, to be honest. What girl? The girl who said she wasn't intimidated as a... I didn't see anybody saying that to me, mate. Maybe I missed... Did I miss something right to be right? They will want to change the name of the Queens, yeah, I know. The universities had a PLO spread through Europe before Mossad filled them in after the Olympics attacks. There you go, B Raccoon. Eva, let's say that's next. Why do people care so much about Palestine? It's not like they can change anything. I know. And like I say, guys, you know what I mean? The only reason they released these prisoners was because they're going to annihilate them now. You know, obviously what we've just seen, what Hamas just did to their own, unaliving them 8 men, videoing it, sending it out to the world. The game's a bogey for them. The game's a bogey for them. You know what I mean? As soon as I heard that they were releasing 1,500 or 1,000 or whatever it was, Hamas terrorists back for the small amount of hostages they got back, I knew straight away what the plan was. You know what I mean? I reckon most of them will probably be unalive by now. Like, they'll have some sort of trackers inside them. They would have fucking, when they were interrogating them, would put something inside them. You know what I mean? Come on. That technology, that, you know, they're fucking blowing them up with pagers and walkie-talkies. You know what I mean? We know they're capable of putting trackers in your body, just like tags in the back of dogs' necks. You know, undetectable ones. So imagine they know where every single one of them are. You know what I mean? And they'll probably gather so much intelligence by just watching where these guys all go back to. It's a no-brainer. What military force in the world wouldn't do that? Why do people care so much? Yeah, you're right, mate. Yeah, a politician was there. Yeah, spill the beans, mate. I think he's talking about that guy we were talking about, mate. Got his name now. John Barry. Very interesting man. Jerry Carl. Very interesting man. So yeah. talking about a woman. Well, she had her chance to talk to Freedom Dad, you know what I mean? Let's be honest, guys. Let's not sit here and go, she would do this and she would do that, and he would do this and he would do that. You know what I mean? We'll see as we go forward, because it won't be the last chance they'll get to do it. And I'll be running live, so I won't be able to hide. I won't be able to edit it. You know what I mean? Simple as that, like. Sort it out, Freedom Dad, upload the flyer. Thank you, Ursula Chick. Oh, the wee, aye. She seemed a nice enough girl, like, so she did. Yeah, she was the one was wanting to get the police and wanting to gather evidence and stuff like that, and you know, just usual pish, you know what I mean? Wanting to get us arrested, you know. You know, that's how good of a politician she was, you know, instead of coming out and just going, let's see what these guys are actually about. We've got all these security men around me from the college, from the university, plus you've got the security men from the far left there to protect you. You know, we were outnumbered about 8-2, you know, to be honest with you. And there was no big deal, plenty of cameras and everything else. You know, Freedom Dad's never been violent or ever reacted to being spat in the face or anything bad or all the shit you see I take. I've never reacted. I've always been a gentleman, you know. So it's very easy to say, oh, she would do this and she would do that, but all she was wanting to do was get me arrested for what? For what? For what was I doing? For saying I'm an Ulster man and I've got a daughter and I'm worried about her future, and I believe that the men in here are having meetings that are going to damage her future. You're phoning the police for that? There was 8 of them, there was 2 of us, mate. I imagine you have, Andrew. Two thirds little dirts. Mark, I debated her before and she took me to the sheds. She is just against fascism or racism, but she should have give you a chance. Yeah, no. Give Freedom Dad a chance. Have your opportunity to rip me a new one. Profit before people were there, yes, as well. Yes, James. Yeah, quite a wee gathering. Quite a wee gathering, so it was. And boy, they were not happy Freedom Dad was there. They thought they were going to get away with that. Nobody would have knew about it, you know? And we wouldn't be sitting here tonight talking about it. You're loved more than you realise, Freedom Dad. Thank you. I know, and I know, mate, but I've only got so many hours in the day, and I get so much stuff sent by so many different people on so many different platforms, and I'm on the phone like non-stop, voice messages coming back and forth, and messages, you know, replying to messages, trying to reply to just my followers and people who are asking me genuine questions who support Freedom Dad, you know. John Hamilton, I don't know where you get the energy, lad. Fuck me neither, mate, honestly. You know, I'm one of them kind of people, I'll be honest with you, like, you know, the drugs don't work. You know what I mean? Coffee doesn't work. You know, I can drink a cup of coffee and go to sleep. You know what I mean? Like, no problem at all. And everything else and that people take in life to make themselves hyper puts me to sleep. And I swear to God, like, you know, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, especially, like, younger in life when when we were partying, the working class parties and stuff like that. It's yeah, it has a different things have a different effect on me for some reason, and I just thank God that I'm protected that way. You know what I mean? Right. I understand, and I remember I support you to the wacky backy. Sorry, guys. Fiona Ferguson, people before profit. Is this the politician we're talking about? For fuck's sake. They only want to shout you down. It must surprise them when they can't. LOL. Billy blogs Viagra. Surely no, mate. I can't get you any of that. Like myself, a cold spring, not a good sleeper though. LOL. The morning birds put me over. No, mate. See, this is the thing. This is my problem, man. Fucking waking up too early. Up the west. Good possibility, be raccoon. Oh, Truth Podcast then. Hello, Truth Podcast. Truth Podcast is doing some good work right now. Doing some really good work with fucking hell, man. The Bill of Rights. So some, whenever I understand it and he gets it all out properly, then we will be following it up and putting it out there and supporting and all the rest of it and making sure that the videos, whatever he does, comes out. And he's in Poland at the minute. And he's doing some really good videos, guys. So that's Truth Podcast on YouTube and Facebook. Truth Podcast. If any of my mods would put up a link, please do. Smash that like button, please, says James Cahill. W. L. Campbell, keep doing the good work. Thank you, mate. 172 and 114 likes. Thank you all so much, guys. Thank you all so much. Angel Glover, I love everyone here. You're so nice. We are so nice. We are. We're right wing, you see. We're right wing. Yeah, fucking haven't even thought about a drink, guys. You know what I mean? Been a couple of. It depends, like if it depends what I do during the day. The odd time, like I say, there was a couple of weeks ago there, I felt like a wee drink after whatever video I put out. Foxy lads, where's the dogs tonight? Freedom Dad. She's on the couch sleeping. The two wee ones are upstairs. Love me some tulip. Chips and bad books. She peed on my jacket. Fucking raging, so I am. I'm my mate's dog. Peed on my other jacket. Belfast, Buckfast. No, Freedom Dad, not after the boat. You've got some cheek with a name like that. Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, no, listen, it's real life content. Real life content. Many of us can come online and get drunk. Many of you could really trust yourselves. Fair play to him. Shows a man. leave it and move on. Yes. I think the next drink I'll have will be the baby's my godson's christening. Yes, Silver Fox Shangle, and you know you're doing something right, Freedom Dad, from the heat you get from the left. Oh, fucking mate, man, you talk about abuse. Fucking hell. Honestly, man, it's not just the left now, man. It's you can make it up. But yeah, so like I say, I always try and encourage it, and like everybody that's in control, not in control, but people who have access to my other platforms and TikTok and Facebook, I always let the trolls go. Don't block anybody because they're all throwing down comments and it fucking helps, you know what I mean? And it doesn't bother me, you know what I mean? There's comments, I have people reading my comments, and if there's anything important I need to know, they will let me know, but there's no, I don't need to read fucking, they're just wasting their time. They're sitting there taking time out of their day to give me a load of abuse, and I'm not even seeing it. You know what I mean? And they're just making the algorithms and the video get bigger and bigger. You know, I think I'm on one of my videos there I put up was in 24 to 30,000 in a couple of days, you know what I mean? And it's just one of them controversial videos. I think it was one of the Queen's one. It was either the Queen's one. Was it the Queen's one? What one was it? Fuckers, there's that much has happened over the weekend. It might have been the Shangle one actually. There's a couple of big hitters there, mate. On guys, there's a couple of big ones that's hit the 20,000, 30,000 mark. What? Your mods have muted me at least twice? Yeah, you've probably been saying something a bit too cheeky. Oh, listen, you've just got to watch how you say things and don't be talking about anybody on my platform. You know, you don't be bringing anybody up that isn't here to defend themselves, and that's the kind of things that my mods look out for. That's it, you know. And yeah, it's just it's to disagree but be respectful. You know, there's a way of doing it. What are you doing? What are you wanting? Come on up, Ian. Come on, I'm not lifting you up. Look at size you. Very nice, very nice. Wait, I can't see. I did no such thing, mate. You must have done something, Billy. You're not just going to silence you for nothing. Bean. Oh, Bean, you'd love to be a moderator, wouldn't you? But I'm talking about other platforms. I'm not talking about this. Ah, there she is. Big girl. Yes, we went for a big walk on it, didn't we? Yes, we did. We went for a big walk. Yeah, we waited till the rain stopped. Yes, and we went and you had a big long run around the forest. Yes. There was no bad lefties waiting for us, was there? Big bad lefties are scary, aren't they? Yes, they are. Message deleted by Ursula Chick. See what I mean, Billy? What have you said now? Oh, but Davey was hidden by Ursula Chick. Ursula Chick, calm down. Calm down. Davey's all right, is he not? Why most of them shake like mad? They're just a confrontation. Yeah. Yeah, she's still a puppy. She's only a year. She's just coming up to be a year. Yes, I know, Billy. I know, but like, please give Billy Blogs a break, guys. Exactly. Foxy Lad says. Buckfast. Oh, you king, Billy. There's one person, Freedom Dad. Gorgeous, that dog. Only a wee pup until 2. I know. Brilliant around kids, brilliant around cats, brilliant around other dogs. They don't understand you, mate. I get that problem a lot, so I do. I get that problem a lot. Yeah, they are, Demo. Great dogs. Staffies are great dogs. I've removed Davey by mistake, for fuck's sake. Sorry, Davey. Are you on the drink? Ursha. Who was it? Who's doing it? Ursha chick. What's IYKYK mean? Davy was unhidden by John Rankin. Well done, John. Right, Davy, all good. You're back. Fucking hell, man. See, my mods are on it, guys. Freedom Dad, love what you're doing, and what a lovely pup. Thank you. She's beautiful, isn't she? She is beautiful. Aren't you beautiful? You're the most beautiful girl in the world, aren't you? Yes, you are. Not as beautiful as Tulip, you know what I mean? But Tulip's Tulip. Tulip's Tulip. If you know, you know. Bangers every 7 p.m. on Friday, mate. Unless something else comes up, you know what I mean? Because I'm going to have to start switching about a wee bit. You know what I mean? If you don't understand for it, you know, you know. LOL, I'm getting down with the youth. Good, mate. Alan, hello, Freedom Dad and team. How you doing, mate? Are you afraid, Freedom Dad, of mentioning Republican disloyalty? Oh. Are you afraid, Freedom Dad, of mentioning Republican disloyalty? I don't know what that means. But I'm not afraid. I have a 12-year-old Staffy Husky Cross that I love 2 pets and 3 cats as well. Brilliant, mate. Seagull. That's Seagull, guys. Thanks, Freedom Dad. I hope to attend this week. Good on you. No, I've never heard of that. Has anyone watched House of Guinness on Netflix? Ask Angel. Silver Fox, I have a wee Staffy as well, mate. Cracks me up when people cross the street. I know. The wee yabby dogs. I have her off the lead quite a lot, you know. She stays and does that, but when she sees another dog, she's off, you know, and it can be worrying because I know she's not going to attack. She just wants to play, you know what I mean? She just wants to run about and chase each other, and you know, a lot of people will pick their dogs up, which, you know, shouldn't really have her off the lead. Suppose it's my fault, but you know, I trust my dogs. Yeah, Jack Russell's are a nightmare. Good, Alan. Let us know how you get on, bro. No, there's nothing weird about loving dogs more than people. Nothing weird about that. That's totally understandable. Oh, it's all down to what type of life you've had and how many people's let you down in life, you know. The ones that you've truly trusted, the people you've put all your trust into, people that you've loved that have maybe let you down over and over again, and the dog's always there. No matter what mood you're in, the dog's always jumping up and always wanting to say hello to you and always giving you love every time you come in the door. So totally fucking understandable, you know what I mean? Some is have partners that you could probably come in the door, been together for years and fucking hardly speak to each other, you know what I mean? The dogs are like all the, so yeah, I get that, mate. Totally get that. Yeah, boycotting Netflix. Yeah, we're all boycotting Netflix. So yeah. The cops told me my blue staff was a pit bull. Whatever the fuck that means, a pit bull. Yeah. I have 6 Palestinians out the back. They're tied up at the minute. That's not even funny. Robert O'Trail's her chair towards you. Are you some kind person? My friend watched it and reckons it's good. Should be a second series. Daughter's off the US on Wednesday. Yeah, everybody's fucking jumping ship on they, mate. Best of luck there. Tell her not to come back if she's any sense. You know rightly what I mean, Freedom Dad. Let me have a wee look at that again. Fuck's sake, Hazel. If it's some sort of code, what the fuck is it? Are you afraid, Freedom Dad, of mentioning Republican disloyalty? Are you afraid, Freedom Dad, of mentioning Republican disloyalty? Is there a spell checker? Fucking honestly, I'm sorry. Like, I don't know what you mean. Right, get away. Okay, kid. No, no. It's Hala Pork. I thought it was Hazel. Oh, it's a school trip. Okay, sorry, mate. Yeah, for nice one. It's 14. I hope she has a good time, mate. 40 years, no dogs, mate. Fuck's sake. Freedom Dog, I'm racking my head trying to understand this sentence too. It's a tricky one, isn't it? Which state at Alan? Is it disloyalty? Oh, it could be disloyalty. Republican disloyalty? I don't know what makes no sense. Why are tomahawk missiles off the table for Ukraine? Fucking hell, man. Honestly, the place is gone mental, isn't it? Demo, he knows what I mean, and so do you. Nobody knows what you mean, Hala Pork, for fuck's sake. Fucking hell, man. Get the hint. There's no anybody on here that knows what I mean. What you mean. Just say it as it is. I went to New York in 1994 at 11 for 6 weeks. I loved it, but I was mistreated. I won't lie. I stayed with a Catholic family. Deary me. Okay, crazy place. Be sure she is cautious. There you go. Bit of advice there. Yep. I think hopefully the school should look after them. Mods, kind chaps, ban Hala Pork. He's reducing the quality of the chat. Oh, listen to Bean or Bean, eh? I've been too many times, never been judged. Popping back in. Hello, Emerald90. Did they make you say them? Didn't say much that. I stayed in New York years ago. Thank you all doggy lovers. My American bully, if ever was an hour, would be a whippet. We were talking about that today, actually, me and Right to Be Right and Iron Lady, and we were saying, they were talking, was it yesterday? And we were talking about you never get the same dog, you know what I mean? I mean, if anything happened to her and I got another staffy, it would never be the same as her, you know what I mean? High five, high gemstones. Halal pork doesn't know what he means. S. Whelan, they let too many in, makes it more dangerous. 164 in the chat. Next week Sunday, relaxing wee Sunday, guys. Not here for any content or anything, not here for big views, you know what I mean? Just here for you guys who have been here for fucking day dot and are loyal. I'm gonna get some meat soon, like I've got a wee microwave meal in there, a wee chicken curry and rice. So I'll have maybe between that and the pot noodle, don't know what I'm gonna go for, but I'm gonna have bread and butter with whatever it is, you know. With whatever I want to choose, there's gonna be lots of bread and butter with it. I need to beef up for the fight. you know. Doberman are good dogs. The best dog, I hate fucking saying it, like, but the best dog I ever had, you know, between, you know, I have to say it, like, pugs are amazing. Pugs are amazing dogs. But one of the most loyal, ferocious, loyal dogs, the most loyal dog I ever had was a Rhodesian Ridgeback. Yeah, I had her for 11, 12 years. And she died in the exact same spot my wife died in. You know, I was my the dog I got from my wife, Lily, the pug. She died exactly a year after my wife died, and my Ridgeback died exactly 2 years after it. And yeah, she was something else. But Rhodesian Ridgebacks, fucking amazing dogs, guys. Microwave in the plastic or on a plate in the plastic, then on the plate, because I'm able to keep the plastic. Like you just hit. I normally take a wee corner out. I don't normally hit it, to be honest with you. Sometimes I do. I normally just peel a wee corner back so the heat, so it doesn't expand, and then cook away, man. 3 4 minutes, and then get her on the plate. Freedom Dad, how did you go with your hot wings? They're not my hot wings. They're for CJ. I don't do hot wings. What flavour? The pot noodles are chicken and mushroom, and the curry's a curry. Freedom Dad, reject a Republican view. We are Christians. Fucking holla port. You're talking the biggest load of nonsense, man. I haven't got a clue what you're talking about. Fuck's sake. Nobody has a clue what you're talking about. And I think you're doing this on purpose. December, couple of weeks before Christmas, Foxy lad. Belfast Buckfast. Best ever dog, Staffy. They tried to steal her 2 times. Okay. The Sunday night chats are good. Crack Freedom Dad, even with Halaport melting my head. Yes, we always had a couple of trolls in every now and again, you know what I mean? Just I don't think he's a troll, you know what I mean? An Ulster Fry. Can't beat an Ulster Fry, guys. Bloody blogs might be safer to microwave on the plate. It's going on the plate anyway, Freedom Dad. I know, but then you got to, you know what I mean? It's a microwave, and it's, you don't want it all. Sometimes it pop and it's thingies, and you know what I mean? No, you're best just doing it in the plastic. I know what you're saying, like, you know what I mean? But I'll take that risk tonight. I know, Toby, it's never easy. Like, it's never easy. Some decisions you take to your grave, mate. What's been said? Wee bit bunkers. I didn't even get to see that. Is hollow pork super snatchers, super patchers, slightly simple cur. Where's super patcher? I think he's been grounded. He's had his Wi-Fi turned off. He's had his devices removed. Could you do another stint in the pen? Of course, I'm institutionalized. Fuck's sake, man. Institutionalized. As soon as I go in there, the feet's up, the kettle's on, and I'm checking out what channels, how many Sky channels we get on our TV. I get the Xbox or the PlayStation in, set up the games, get a wee music system in, and yeah, get the tuck in, you know what I mean, and go to a gym, get a game of football, have a game of poker, play some pool, table tennis. Yeah, guys, it's fucking, you know, it's a no-brainer, like. Might be safer to microwave. Wait, we should seen that one. I've worked all my life. Like, I've worked all my life for a bloody Belfast. You telling me it? Corned beef is my downfall. The only food I will overeat. I like corned beef and brown sauce, guys. Well, let's not talk about food because some people may be hungry. I'm the best tool, you mean? Containment? I'll go to jail, no sweat, if they bring in digital ID. Easier to get food. Yeah. No, I don't think that's Super Patcher. I don't think that's Super Patcher, guys. Had an English bull hit the drain pipe for the sink. Fuck's sake. What's that there? Top fans? Do you want to know who my top fans are, guys? Andrew Jude, Crucifixion, Right to Be Right, Ursher Chick, John Rankin, Annette McCartney, Space Cadet, Lady J, Disco Punk, Wee Bit Bunkers, Raymond Dunlop, Foxy Lad, Big Bass Boom, Silver Fox, Emerald 90. These are all in there, like, guys. Three names June. There's June, Sarah, Leslie Handy. I've only just found that. Very good. I need to look into this a wee bit more. I'm fucking really honest. Like, I don't look into YouTube enough. You made the list, yes, mate. You did. What is the creaking? It's my security. Feed on that. Next time you wear your Linfield shirt, I'm claiming alarm and distress. I'm reporting you. Don't, because they'd fucking come and arrest me, so they would. For fuck's sake. Drained on my feet before I knew he had done it. I watch him wait, says wee bit. Was there Scots American? YouTube has top fans now. Thought that was Facebook. No, got it right here. Top fans. Come on, the Blues. Quite a lot of my mates are Glenmen, believe it or not. But I've got more Linfield friends. For fuck's sake. I feel left out now. I know, James. I need to get a good look at that. So I do. What else have we got here? It's this one here. Live chat, top chat. Top chat. Some messages such as potential spam may not be visible. Hide all chat messages. Live chat, all messages are visible. These go, guys. So that must be what some of the big thingies, big platforms use. Maybe use that, you know. Yes, Iron Lady, you're in there. I have to say you're below right to be right, but you know you'll be happy with that. Top fans are determined how much people interact with the chat. I think so. Will change every live. All right, okay. Blues were shocking on Friday. Let's not talk about anything like that tonight. I had a glam on him and my family wants I miss him, but it was his own fault supporting shit. Leslie, you made the list, you did. Up the Glens, says Toby. Or should check Rangers till she dies. Never seen the top two fans comment. Never seen the top two fans. Yeah, fucking know. You gotta look at this again. Andrew Jude. 7523 and Crucifixion. Are they in tonight? They've got 150 XP. Right to be right, 150 XP. What's that mean, 150 XP? What the fuck does that mean? Sorry, guys. Sorry, I'll not touch it. I'll not touch it. I will not touch it from now on. Silver Fox, it's good to be part of the gang. Top fans. Yeah, definitely. I remember there's that you get somebody's getting my jacket this winter. My Stone Island jacket. And it isn't fake. It isn't fake. It comes with authenticity. Fucking thing cost a fortune. Hit the question mark. There is no. Oh. What's the leaderboard? A place for fans to stand out in the community. The top 3 get special badges in live chat. It resets every stream, so you can always try again. How do you get on the leaderboard? You'll need to collect experience points or XP. Here's how you get them. Send live chat messages, send super chats and super stickers. Yeah. So 3 people, right to be right, you've got a crown. Crucifixion's got a crown. And Andrew Jude's got a crown. So yeah. Crucifixion hasn't been on for a while. Maybe they've changed their names. If fucking that doesn't make any sense to me. Fed up looking at them players getting on their knees again. I know, Davey. I'm scared to hit any other buttons. What's that button do? Oh, I can share with your audience. Oh, I can share it myself. I had a crown last, don't know why. Lorraine Beale, hello, how you doing? Good to see you. Went last week. Yeah. Freedom Dad, your head is spinning, mate. Yeah, it is. I'm getting tired as well, guys. Hala Pork, Irish Freedom Dad. I thought you represent us all. The comments are shocking and represent the old RUC attitude. Isn't it time for the sake of Christianity we pull together? What fucking channel have you been watching? What fucking channel have you been watching? Have you fucking... Seriously, are you sitting there with 2 channels on? What's in the other channel? I'm commenting on mine? For fuck's sake. Come on, mate. Stick with the program, okay? They get a crown for doing most of the comments. Oh, the chat name can be a different name. That's what I was thinking. Okay. So, can I see anybody with crowns on them? Bean, I should be on that list. Hey, Bean. One day you could be a moderator if you play your cards right, you know? Virtual signaling, that's all it is, Freedom Dad. Hala on the Evo stick. Hala Pork still living in the 70s, for fuck's sake. Wait, where's your wee crown, right to be right? Says you've got a crown down here. Yeah, fucking yeah, Ulster Scotsman. Halal Pork is a great username. Yeah, you know, this is why, it's a tricky one for us, you know what I mean? He has us here he has us with a name, you know what I mean? He's no stupid. He's thinking like, I'm going to be a troll, but I've got to use a name that they just, they don't want to get rid of. The crown is for whoever makes the most comments on this live stream, and it changes every live. I know, Silver Fox. Oh, I'm getting a sore back, guys. By the way I'm lying, sitting. Right. Right, let's have a look. Yeah, I'm getting a sore neck, guys. Right to be right has one. Really, he is my right hand man. He is my right arm, my right, always there for me. Even when he's injured and out of action, he comes along, he's there. And again, he sees fucking Freedom Dad in any fucking problems, he's straight there. So fair play to Right to be right. Thank you so much, mate. And the other guys, you know, that are there that we don't name. The man with no name. the quiet one, you know, we got nicknames for quite a lot of people, man, that are around us, and it's quite cool. Iron Lady. Cough, cough, cough. Yes, Iron Lady's there as well. Iron Lady's there as well. Great crack. Enjoyed yous all. Blessings to yous all. Och, math. Slango foil, my friend. Oh, Clara. Wee bit, it's a joke and a piss take, really. Being bad used to go to school tomorrow. Union. Yeah, get them told. Get them told. But yeah, guys, I've got what have I got on tomorrow? Monday. We have we'll see. We'll see. Right to be right. I know right to be right is choking for something, so I'll get a chat with you when I come off and we'll plan our day tomorrow. So we will. See what I mean? See what I mean? He's got something to send me already. Belfast, Buckfast. I can't yet. I'm waiting on you to deliver my Just Eats before bed. Oh, you using Just Eats? Oh, you being Is that the way it is? Not a problem. Well, I hope they pick away at it before they give you it. I hope they're sitting in the corner right now with their dirty wee fingers, taking some of your chips and taking a wee bit of your meat. You know what I mean? Oh. Iron Lady, you're in trouble. Says right to be right, not me. Look, Freedom Dad, these trolls have fuck all to do with Porky or Bean. No, I know that, mate. I know that. And thanks for the buying me coffees, guys. Everybody that's helping out. Like I say, it's coming up to my baby's birthday, you know what I mean? So everything helps. I will be going over to see my baby. Yeah, and making sure she's got everything she needs. So yeah, I appreciate all the help. Like I say, I don't give these adverts. I don't put out. I don't do lives and go buy me a coffee, you know what I mean? I don't promote it as much as I should. You know what I mean? People say to me, you should be promoting that a bit more. You should be putting the QR code up and stuff like that. And, you know, I just don't want the message to get lost. You know what I mean? But there will be times when I need a wee bit of help, guys. And if, you know, anybody that's not watching this live, that's watching this later, you know, anybody that gets to the end of this kind of thing, you know, a coffee does. It all adds up, like. And do you watch the Scottish fellow Craig Houston? Yes, I've met him. I've met him twice. Yeah, nice guy. And yeah, even when he was in doing the Tommy Robinson, he put the free pinky on his platform. He had a free. He took Donkey was standing. Mine Donkey, you were standing at the free pinky T-shirt on, and he was like, he actually put it up on his platform. So fair play to him. He's an amazing guy. Good guy. He is part of the SDP, which is the Scottish Democratic Party, which is somebody who I would if I was in Scotland, I would be voting for them. Yeah, definitely. And maybe one day we'll get on his platform, or he'll get on my platform. You know, he's a good lad. I like him. And he's bringing out some good content. He was over in France and everything and brought out some good stuff. Noel from the comments will say hello and Bangor on Friday. Good man. Good man. Do you watch the Scottish fellow Quakers? And yes, I do indeed. Don't catch him all the time, guys. I have to prioritize with what's going on. You know, man, at the minute, no risk, no reward is where he's my news source right now to get an idea of what's going on. How bad things are changing, you know what I mean? And don't ban me, Freedom Dad, LOL. You do need a bit of crack on your channel too. Yeah, 100%, mate. No, nothing. No, we're just having a laugh. You know what I mean? We are just having a laugh. There's no hate here, mate. There really isn't. There's no animosity. We're up for a debate. You know what I mean? And like I say, we're up for a laugh. And I can take a bit of stick, especially when I fuck things up, like fucking the boat. You know what I mean? Did you see the engineer or doctor slapping the baby in France? Freedom, Dad. Yes, that's an old one, mate. Is that where they were in the park, walking along the park? But could be a new one. Like, okay, Alan, I'm about to drop it anyway, mate. Wasp, thick old fix. Wow. I could never sleep last night. Oh, sorry, guys. Yeah, one of them broken, sleepless, one of them nights when you're just waking up. You feel like you're waking up every 5-10 minutes. It was a bit nuts. Yeah, and it's not like me. Well, evening, Toby. Oh, well, we're just wrapping it up, mate. So we are. I'm done, mate. I'm done. It has been a hectic few days. You know what I mean. Um, I know that, mate. I know. See, you've just said it, so you have. Stop saying it, man. Stop saying it. Stop saying it. But I'm going to wrap it up because I'm not going to sit here and bore you to death. But thanks for coming on, guys. Like I say, thanks for the support. Yeah. Freedom Guard got a break from the papers today. CJ didn't. But this is the life. This is the world we live in. Night, Iron Lady. James, night. Jeanette. Angel. You hit the like button on the way out, guys. Sorry, pal, I'm just home. This slippery rat Gary Neville got onto us. Oh, yes, right, okay, mate. I didn't want to say anything on Hingy. Good night and God bless. Next one, Freedom Dad. Night all. I was looking forward to seeing the free Pinky t-shirt. All over online, but, you know, Hugh Jordan must have ran out of finger paint. Night all. Right, everybody. Good night, bro. Foxy lad, good night, man. Patriotic Media, good night, Patriots. You need to get in touch with me. Please get in touch with me tomorrow. Night, Freedom. Night, everyone. Stay safe. Freedom Dad Chat. Take care, folks. Good night, folks. Take care. He came in different car with security sat in it. Very high. Fuck's sake. Good night, you lovely eggs. God bless you. Space Cadet. Good night, man. I'm going to yawn, so starting up now. Yeah. Hopefully, it's just been a lot going on, guys. You know what I mean? Night, Mary Ellen. Yes, I know. We miss M&G, you know what I mean? Keep safe. God bless all. Night, John Boy. Big Bass Boom. Wasp. Good night, Bobby Joe. Weird. Good night. Good night, mate. Sorry. Silver Fox. Night, sir. You're going to have to change your name, mate, after me fucking doxing you so many times. Will Nightbar. Silver Fox. Robert O. Jerry Parr. Good night, bar. I'm here for you, mate. Thank you, Jerry. Lady J, thank you. Bean, thank you. Ursula Chick, thank you. Kirky, thank you so much, guys. And no, genuinely, so much respect. And you know, I'm here for you. You're here for me. And the content will keep coming. You know, we've got so much coming, so much in the bank right now. There's like so much to come out, and it's trying to prioritize it. And it doesn't help. And we've got all these lives coming from all different places on the move. When I'm wanting to actually sit down and get some stuff down and build and produce and bring some good videos to you. I'm going to be bringing a video to you tomorrow, definitely, to again emphasize what I'm saying. Sorry, guys. To emphasize what I'm saying, to bring receipts, as always, to the horrors and the damage and the fucking absolute fuck up the Irish government have done to Ireland. And that's what it's about. Hi, Mark. Hope you're all okay. Pal, stay safe. No surrender. Cheers, Chris, man. Yeah, I'll need to give you a shout. Yeah, I haven't stopped, as you can see with the videos that they've been. And what people don't realise, it's not just about the lives. There's stuff going on Facebook. There's videos going on TikTok. They've all got to be edited. They all got to be cut down short. Music added to them. Pit, spit up, point, arrows, rating. And yeah, sometimes there's a lot of work behind the scenes that you don't see, and it does take a bit of time. It take hours, in fact. You know what I mean? Going over it. Sometimes I make mistakes. Guess who broke the ceasefire? Apparently, no, they broke the ceasefire when they executed their own people in front of everybody and had people filming it. You know what I mean? So hell mend them. Good riddance to them is what I say. They shouldn't have done what they've done. It doesn't mean I support either side. All I'm saying is that they're bad men, and they will carry on. Any organization like that can commit the terror that they can commit are bad people, and I've got no problem with what's coming. Speak soon, no problem, guys. Right, so James goes. So I'm going to wrap it up, guys. Thank you all so much. 180 is all left in, and I will be back tomorrow. Definitely there'll be a video coming out in the afternoon for you. Saxon, I do freedom, Dad. Right, bro. 99 lovely people. Well, all out war now in the Middle East, America going into Iran as well. Yeah, well, good luck to them. We're going to concentrate and east, south, north, and west Belfast. You know what I mean? And just let them get on with it over there. And that's my advice to everybody. Stop getting involved. I know it probably affect us in the long run. It's price of living and all the rest of it. But the only thing we can do now is work even harder, dig even deeper, and make sure we build a virtual wall around us that protects us. And make sure we call out the people who are trying to do the damage by using empathy and human rights, and aren't we so nice and lovely? So yeah, call them people out, show them for who they truly are, pull the mask, get the mask off them, and go, this is what we're doing. So we're coming for you. This is the start of it. We're doing research. If you think you are clever, wait do you see what us prods can do? We've got experience of what's happened in England. We know exactly what you are up to. We've followed and studied Hope Not Hate. We know where you get your funding from. End racism, the unions, but everything, even about your people in your thingies. We're learning everything about you. And you can do the same. Do what you want. I'm ready for you. And we're going to expose your ideologies. And we're going to show the country on both sides of the community the damage that you're going to do. We're going to bring examples of the damage that you've done in other countries. And the problem you have is we've got the receipts, we've got the facts, and we're going to bring them, and we're going to expose you. We're coming for you, far left. We're coming for you. You are not going to destroy Northern Ireland. I'm Freedom Dad, guys. Thank you all again, and God bless.